Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing Taika Waititi and his Star Wars movie, as he says that he's been struggling with writing this movie. That is exactly what we are going to be discussing and talking about in this video. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video we are going to be taking a read from the direct article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, director Taika Waititi revealed why he is struggling to put together his Star Wars movie. Waititi, who is best known for his work in the MCU on Thor Ragnarok, and also on Oscar-nominated films like Jojo Rabbit, is still set to bring his cinematic to the Star Wars universe, despite the relative lack of updates on his project with Lucasfilm. Not much is known about the project, however, it was recently reported that the New Zealand-born filmmaker would play a role in the movie along with sitting in the director's chair, saying that Taika Waititi will be playing some type of role in the movie while also being the director. He did this for the Jojo Rabbit movie. And as talented as he is behind the camera, he's just as talented in front of it as well. The project also has gotten a film start date, seemingly starting its filming and production in 2024 sometime, as Waititi remains very excited about telling his story in a galaxy far, far away. However, with this all being said, what has Taika Waititi been struggling with for this Star Wars movie? In a new recent interview, director Taika Waititi told about all of the struggles that he has felt when developing his upcoming Star Wars movie. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter recently, Waititi revealed that he's got a really good idea for his film, but it can be hard building upon that kernel because of the weight and legacy of everything Star Wars that has come before. As Taika Waititi says in quote, "I've got a really good idea for it. It's just, as with all films, it's this middle part. You're like, what's going to happen? And then you look at all of those films that are so great, and you're like, well, I guess they can't meet some smuggler with an alien sidekick." Ending that quote right there, he's not trying to play off of those very similar and familiar narratives that we've seen previously before with Star Wars, like having a smuggler sidekick with an alien type of a sidekick rather. Pretty much exactly what Han Solo and Chewbacca kind of round out to be to a point. So while he's trying to stray away from familiar, narratives that we've already seen within the Star Wars franchise, I think something that makes his movie a little bit more easier compared to these other ones is that he doesn't need to necessarily meet or fit within a certain criteria, aside from not copying and pasting other stories and other narratives that we've already seen in the Star Wars timeline. His Star Wars movie is going to be set outside of the Skywalker saga pretty much, and he'll be dealing with entirely new characters, which is very exciting to look forward to. I think the most closest thing that we've gotten to this is kind of what the Mandoverse is, with that 30-year gap after the original trilogy, after Return of the Jedi, taking us up to the events of the sequel trilogy with The Force Awakens. And I think from there, the next most closest thing to do something outside of the Skywalker saga is for sure going to be The Acolyte, a Disney Plus show coming out next year. This is not the first time that Waititi has expressed the difficulty that comes with working in the Lucasian allure. Back in June of last year, the filmmaker laminated that his process for the project involved writing every idea that he's ever had and then start to kind of chisel it down from there, saying that, in quote, "I am able to kind of bring my tone. At the moment, it's just very early because I still haven't been able to even finish the script. I'm still trying to come up with these ideas, and I'm mostly kind of in that part of the process where it's still very kind of open. And when I write, I kind of write every idea that I've ever had, and then I start to kind of chisel it down into something. But I'm still throwing everything at the wall right now." Ending that quote right there. That is a quote from last year, June of last year actually. So a lot probably, hopefully, has changed since then. So really overall, it feels that Taika Waititi feels intimidated working on a Star Wars project. Of course, it's this massive thing, but he's worked on massive projects before within these bigger franchises like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also, as I had earlier mentioned, Jojo Rabbit being an Oscar-nominated film. However, when it does come with Star Wars, the bar is set pretty high, and it's something unique, something that he hasn't really done before, a kind of sci-fi type of Star Wars-like film, pretty much, aside from what Thor 4 and Thor 3 kind of are to a point. Still kind of fitting that sci-fi theme and feel to it. So this here all being said, when will Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie release, and when will we get more official announcements and confirmations from it? Well, about 2 months ago here now, we had Star Wars Celebration 2023, and from there, 3 new Star Wars movies had been piled on to the list, and officially confirmed and announced. Dave Filoni with his Mandoverse movie, Charmin Obed-Chinoy and her Star Wars movie featuring the return of Daisy Ridley as Rey Skywalker, and James Mangold and his Star Wars movie set thousands and thousands of years before the events of anything, featuring the first origin story of the Jedi Order and the first Jedi, how they came to be. Well, with the announcement of these 3 new Star Wars movies and no official update on Taika Waititi's film at this year's Star Wars Celebration, the prospects for the project still look a little grim, and that they haven't been moving forward as fast as they would like or are anticipating for. Seeing as so many things have been cancelled or put on hold within the galaxy far, far away into the regards of their movies, fans sort of assume that Waititi's movie may also be headed that way as well, unfortunately. Although I disagree with that. I think that Taika Waititi's Star Wars film is exactly what the Star Wars movies need. He always does these kind of one-off fun things, and if he's dealing with characters that we've never seen before or have dealt with before, and is taking place outside of the Skywalker saga, then the range is kind of endless, and it will be hard to make people mad. Star Wars really just needs a good fun movie to return. After the sequel trilogies and their movies and The Rise of Skywalker, those are more serious-toned movies. The stakes are high, and the legacy of it all is very high as well. So to take a step back from that and have Taika Waititi do his Star Wars movie is something I think exactly is what they will need. However, things look on the up and up for the overall project, and whatever struggles the filmmaker was facing seem to be in the rear view at this point. The filming on the movie is reported to kick off in 2024 sometime, meaning that the movie could release as soon as later as 2025. Lucasfilm currently has an untitled movie set to release in December of 2025. However, word is that it's either the Mandoverse crossover movie or Charmin Obed-Chinoy's Rey Focus film to fill in for that spot. After that, the next currently announced date for a Star Wars movie would be December 17th, 2027, which feels like the natural spot for which Rey's return, and the Mandoverse film does not take that 2025 film, whichever one we wouldn't see in 2025, unless it's Taika Waititi's movie. While it's still not on the slate, this could potentially mean that Waititi's film arrives sometime in 2026 maybe, and filling in the bridge 6 years after it had initially been announced. For right now though, however, it's only been about 3 years since his movie's been officially announced and confirmed, and I'm very hopeful to see it, and for it to actually get really moving and get official announcements and everything like that from Lucasfilm. I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you guys want to see with Taika Waititi and his Star Wars movie? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. This has been Unofficial Star Wars. Peace out.